Namaste everyone. Welcome to episode 16 of Epic Tales of the Mahabharata. My name is Ryan, your host, and I am thrilled to have you with me on this ride through one of the greatest epics. Episode 15 witnessed Karna's legendary generosity, the incognito exile of Pandavas, and the heroic battle of Bhim with Kechak. Today, we'll discuss how the battle of cattle built tension between the Kauravas and Pandavas, leading to an attempt at diplomacy by Krishna, which proved futile and set the stage for one of history's most epic wars. It was the 13th and final year of their exile, and the Pandavas were living incognito in the court of King Virat. Each had assumed a disguise: Yudhishthir as a courtier, Bhim as the royal cook, Arjun as the eunuch dance teacher Brihanala, Nakul as a stable hand, Sahadev as a coward, and Draupadi as a maid to Queen Sudeshna. Duryodhan had been searching for the Pandavas in their final year of exile. If he found them, they would have to repeat the tenure of the exile. His suspicions led him to believe that the Pandavas might be hiding in Matsya. So, accompanied by Karna, Bhishma, Dronacharya, and other Kaurava warriors, he planned an attack on King Virat's cattle. His primary goal was not plundering, but to bring the Pandavas out of their concealment. King Virat's son, Uttar, had set out to guard the cattle. However, he lacked the talent or the courage to counter the mighty Kaurava forces. When he hesitated, his charioteer, Brihanala, revealed his true identity and helped him recover the cattle, demonstrating his skills and valor. Arjun in disguise fought against Bhishma, Drona, Kripacharya, Karna, and Duryodhan single-handedly. This act helped earn the trust and gratitude of King Virat, who later played a crucial role in supporting the Pandavas. Arjun knew that doing so would put his identity at risk. However, he took a gamble as he realized that the incognito phase had already expired. He exposed his identity once he was certain that the final year of exile had come to an end. Even if the Kauravas recognized him, they could not sentence him to another exile. Arjun defeated the Kaurava army with divine weapons like the Samohanastra, which put his enemies to sleep. This battle not only defended Matsya, but also showed that the Pandavas were ready to reclaim their rights. With their identities revealed, the Pandavas were no longer bound by the conditions of their exile. They sent a message to Hastinapur, formally requesting the return of their kingdom Indraprastha. But Duryodhan was not willing to give up even an inch of the empire he ruled. In the Sabha, Duryodhan argued that the Pandavas had not completed their exile and therefore had no legitimate claim to Indraprastha. Krishna tried one last time to avert a war by playing the role of a peace emissary. He traveled to Hastinapur as the Pandavas' emissary to meet with Duryodhan and attempt to resolve the conflict peacefully. Although Krishna was aware that the war was inevitable, he wished to provide Duryodhan an opportunity to redeem himself and also demonstrate that the Pandavas wanted peace. Krishna's primary objective was to persuade Duryodhan to act rightly and grant the Pandavas a minimum of 5 villages. He clarified that the Pandavas did not desire war but peace. Yet Duryodhan was filled with arrogance and chose not to hear. He considered his own might greater than the Pandavas. He wouldn't consider parting with a thing. Far from paying any attention to what Krishna said, Duryodhan scoffed at him and even attempted to imprison him. But since Krishna was divine, nobody could dominate or overpower him. Krishna's assignment as an emissary was crucial for a variety of reasons. Firstly, it demonstrated the Pandavas' adherence to righteousness as they didn't want war. Secondly, it revealed the cruelty and refusal of Duryodhan to adhere to dharma. Thirdly, it forced the elders in the Kuru court to see Duryodhan's arrogance, which would later lead to the war. Ultimately, Krishna came back to the Pandavas and told them that the war was now inevitable. While his diplomacy did not work, he made sure history recorded who was wrong and right. His job as a messenger wasn't merely diplomatic. It was about being custodian of dharma and ensuring the world had a chance to see both the Pandavas and the Kauravas in the truest colors. The Kauravas began to gather their alliances by bringing in Karna, Ashwathama, Jayadratha, Shakuni, and others. The Pandavas also forged their alliances. They were supported by Panchal under the leadership of their father-in-law Draupad, Dwarka, led by Krishna, and several other mighty kingdoms. The conflict intensified, making it impossible to keep it within the family. It was no longer a matter of sibling rivalry. It was shaping up to be a clash that would determine the fate of Bharatvarsha. As we bring today's episode to a close, let us take some time to ponder on the lesson of this Mahabharata chapter. Question number 1. Which astra did Arjun use in the battle of cattle? Question number 2. 5 villages. Was it a big ask? And question number 3. Would the war been averted if Bhishma, Dronacharya, or Dhritarashtra had intervened? Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Epic Tales of the Mahabharata. I hope these stories and reflections resonate with you and offer insights into the timeless wisdom of this epic. Tune in to the next episode when we delve deeper into the Kurukshetra war, the alliances, the strategies, and lessons it possesses. Until then, this is Ryan signing off.